cannabis heist ends in gunfire and arrests. Disclaimer. The following is a press release from the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office. The information has not been proven in a court of law, and any individuals described should be presumed innocent until proven guilty, but they did put his face up there, so that's interesting. On 7/22/24 at approximately 3:11 p.m., Mendocino County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to a property in the 24,000 block of Shady Lane in Covelo for report of an in-progress burglary. It was reported that residents interrupted multiple subjects stealing marijuana who subsequently fled the location in a red pickup and a U-Haul box truck. These are rippers, and we don't like them. Shouldn't do this in Mendo. Here's why. Law enforcement from numerous agencies throughout Mendocino County responded to include representatives from the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office, California Highway Patrol, CAL FIRE prevention officers, California State Parks, and Round Valley Tribal Police Department. They all came to whip this guy's ass. Because a short time later, the caller to the Mendocino Sheriff's Office dispatch provided updated information that a U-Haul box truck had returned to the property on Shady Lane, and the residents confronted two of the subjects in their driveway. Sheriff's Office dispatchers then heard what they believed to be firearms being discharged over the phone line, and the residents reported that there was an exchange of gunfire between the residents and the suspects. The residents physically subdued two of the suspects until law enforcement arrived, while the other suspects fled the area. Law enforcement personnel arrived and detained 34-year-old Gary Castell Fight from San Francisco and 28-year-old Marcel J. Marie Earl Patterson, God bless, from Richmond, California. Fight and Patterson both had significant injuries to their faces, heads, and extremities, which were reportedly caused by the residents prior to law enforcement arrival at the scene. Mendocino County Sheriff's Office detectives were summoned to the scene to assist with the investigation. Fight and Patterson were transported to Howard Memorial Hospital to be treated for injuries sustained during the incident. Fight was arrested for violations of 213 PC, robbery, 29800 PC, prohibited person in possession of a firearm, and 12022.53 PC, armed with a firearm during the commission of a felony. Fight was booked into the Mendocino County Jail in lieu of $500,000 bail. Patterson, however, was unable to be incarcerated due to the significance of his injuries and was subsequently airlifted to an out-of-county hospital for further medical treatment. Charges against Patterson are pending while he is hospitalized for his injuries. At this stage of the investigation, law enforcement does not believe the suspects or victims were shot during the exchange of gunfire, while law enforcement personnel were responding. This case is actively being investigated by the Mendocino Sheriff's Office, and additional information will be released as it becomes available. Anyone with information related to this wants to snitch, just call Mendocino Sheriff's Dispatch. But I love this story. You guys, rippers have been a huge problem for a very long time. I have had multiple fucking facilities robbed. It is frustrating as shit. I love the tremendous response by Mendocino County because they came out and called everybody but the dog up the street to come respond to this. And these guys got their asses beat. The fact that you had to be airlifted and you're now handcuffed to a hospital bed waiting to go to jail for stealing someone's cannabis, good on you, idiot. What do you guys think?
Shoot back at him. Shoot back at him. What I say.
Yeah, I mean.
They did. They did.
The guy wasn't airlifted because he got shot. He was airlifted because he got the shit kicked out of him, which is what they need to do. You show up to rob people, you shouldn't expect it's just going to be a cakewalk and some little old lady's going to let you walk in. Someone's liable to shoot your ass back, and if you get in, maybe they're going to stomp the shit out of you for daring to come in there. I've had clients who have had gunfights with these clowns. And, you know, when they show up and people shoot back at your ass, they stop planning this so much.
Go ahead, Yarrow.
Covelo is a rough area. It is not for the faint of heart. This is not a place where you go. This ain't some smash and grab of a dispensary near Union Square in San Francisco. Covelo is not a place where people play. It is a traditionally prolific producing region in the Emerald Triangle. It will be its own appellation. I spent some of my formative years growing up there. I've sold a ton of property and been involved in a bunch of transactions in Covelo. And the problem also is there's no quick getaway. It's an hour and a half of single lane windy roads from Covelo to 101. So you can't outrun a radio call. And the fact that these people got their asses handed to them, honestly, I'm not mad at it because I think it sends a signal to robbers and marauders that People do take their private property seriously, and Covelo would be the worst place to think that you could do that. Maybe you could find some soft folks down in Adelanto. Maybe you got some flip-flop wearing motherfuckers in Coachella, but you go to Covelo to rip people off, you are not going to come back in one piece. And unfortunately,
I don't know if Adelanto is a good place to say that either, man.
I didn't say it was a great place,
pretty
but I can
too.
guarantee people aren't as gritty there as they are in Covelo. And the thing that bothers me is just the cost to taxpayers of all of these departments having to respond, the cost of the airlift for the guy who, you know, let's not say he deserved it because nobody deserves violence, but
wait a minute, he deserved violence.
I heard that after he gets released from the hospital, he's going to wear a bandage on his ear, but that's a whole different thing. This is just, you don't go to Covelo thinking you're going to take advantage of people, because this is not a place people play.
Yeah, sometimes
I'm
violence
surprised they made it off the hill. I don't even care if the police came or not. I'm surprised they made it off the hill, to be completely honest with you. And like, you could get shot for accidentally driving down the wrong driveway in some areas of Mendocino County and in some areas of Humboldt. And I love it up there. It's beautiful. They're great people, but they are not to be fucked around with. So I just don't understand. Like, somebody obviously went and tried to buy some packs, thought they were going to set something up, and then came back to rob them and found out like these aren't the good old boy idiot redneck you thought you were dealing with. They just beat the dog shit out of you. And I love to see it.
Yeah,
cautionary tale.
That's right.
I went to Shady Lane in Covelo, California to try to rob somebody.
I mean,
That's the actual place.
And make this shit up, can you, Jenny Beth?
They don't call it Murder Mountain for a reason.
For nothing.
That's not Murder Mountain, but that's okay.
It's all right, right around the same area.
They're not compost tea at this point.
Right. Well, they said some of them got away, so.
I mean, what do you think?
What was the deal the first day when you start on the hill? You have to dig your hole just in case.
Yeah, what do you think these guys' motives were behind this? You think it's somebody that they know, or they just did not know?
Oh, they definitely knew the person. This wasn't just like, oh, we're gonna go into this building and just go and see what we find. I'm not buying that for a second.
These are Bay guys. So what usually happens is somebody will come and pretend that they're going to shop at your situation. They'll argue, haggle over price, tell you they're going to go get it cheaper somewhere else. And then they come back and rob you for it.
Yep, and they'll ask to see everything. They want to see everything because nothing that you have will be exactly what they're looking for. It'll be close or whatnot, and seen this happen way too many times.
These just dumbasses fucked around and found out, huh?
Yeah.
And I love to see it, Rico.
You too.
This is justice in our industry, and I ain't mad at it because the criminal justice system ain't helping us because they still think that this is soft crime. So let us take care of it. And if you find them hanging in a tree somewhere, don't stop and help them. Just drive on by.
Yep.
Let us take care of it. Then you guys can come and arrest them. That way, if you don't prosecute them, then at least we got something sorted out.
You know, and to you guys' points on the law enforcement, it 100% does send a message to criminals when law enforcement does have a fast, quick response time like this, as well as did what they did in regards with the assailants. But West Hollywood had a similar kind of thing when we first came and opened up in West Hollywood because they didn't want West Hollywood to be known as the place to come and rob stores or anything like that. So the city put us on the same response time as banks. And so when our alarm would go off, let me tell you something, that our whole block was on lockdown within 3 to 5 minutes.
That must be nice.
Hey,
shout out to Oakland PD, who still hasn't responded to write a report about a burglary from last year. Thanks, guys. Shout out to you.
And they one night they caught someone trying to break into my place from the roof, and the cops arrested him on the roof. And then rolled him, and this is in the back roof, and I'm sure Jenny and Rico, you know exactly the height that I'm talking about, and so they were on
out the back.
They were on the roof of the mortuary, which is now the art gallery, okay, and they basically rolled them off of that, landed on our dumpster, and then rolled onto the ground, and he was handcuffed, and I couldn't been more happier with the West Hollywood Sheriff's Department for that.
You mean West Hollywood Sheriff's Department was good at stopping somebody on a sloped roof? But the Secret Service
actually, that roof is not slanted. That's a flat roof. But yes, I see what you did there. That was cute. Rico.